elections. Also, Speaker of Parliament Alan Bagman accuses President Kufuor of being ill-informed over his decision not to assent to the Criminal Offences Amendment Bill and two others. Plus, the minority in Parliament demands suspension and a probe into 10-year contract with Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited over revenue assurance services. Later in the bulletin, cashew farmers dissatisfied with government reduction in the 2024 crop season price from 8 cedis 50 pesos to 7 cedis. Welcome to the program. Reminder that we're live also on all our social media platforms at TV3 Ghana Plus on DSTV channel 279. The Electoral Commission has assured of a smooth conduct of the district level elections. The Commission at a media briefing encouraged eligible voters to fully participate in the polls to improve turnout. Christian Yali has the rest of the story.
District-level elections are held every 4 years to elect assembly and unit committee members. The December 19 polls will begin at 7 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. with heavy security measures in place. According to the Electoral Commission, it has made significant preparations to prevent shortages of electoral materials and deployed refurbished biometric verification devices.
All categories of election officials have been recruited and trained at the national, regional, and district levels to prepare them adequately for their respective duties. All our election materials and equipment required for the district level elections have been procured in sufficient quantities. Ballot papers for the DLE have also been printed and dispatched to the various regions and districts under police escort. The final register of all 38,315 polling stations have been printed and dispatched to the various regions and districts. In total, 71,775 BVDs have been refurbished and deployed to the various regions and districts. We have also engaged extensively with the security agencies. In addition to that, we've also provided them a list of the flashpoint areas.
She warned participants against engaging in electoral malpractices that could potentially disrupt the exercise's execution.
I would like to advise all voters to refrain from acts that will disrupt the peaceful conduct of the election. No ballot appears or goes to any electoral area without a stamp. With a stamp. The stamping of ballots is done at the polling station. The ballots are not stamped before they are sent to the polling stations. They are done at the polling station and done on election day. And each ballot will be stamped before it becomes a legitimate. Without the stamp, it will not be legitimate.
District-level elections over the years have been poorly patronized by the voter population. Now, as part of its conduct of the Tuesday elections, the Electoral Commission has appealed and encouraged eligible voters to turn out massively to help drive development at the local government level.
We would like to entreat all Ghanaians to go to their polling stations to cast their votes. We have put in place adequate arrangements, and we believe that the elections will go on smoothly and seamlessly without a hitch. Experience over the years shows that this election is not highly participated in. Let us make this election meaningful. We would like to entreat eligible voters that persons with disabilities, the aged and nursing mothers should be given some preferential treatment at the polling stations.
The 2023 district-level elections will not be held in the Nkranza North and South districts in the Bono East region. Christian Yali, TV3 News, Electoral Commission Headquarters, Accra.
Well, in less than an hour, voters will be beginning to cast their polls in the district-level elections at the various polling stations. Let's touch base with some of our correspondents across the country. Christopher Marco joins us from the Savannah region for a quick update on the exercise there. Christopher, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. My first question to you, in less than an hour, the elections will begin. Have people started trooping to the polling centers to vote?
Yes, Crosby, because of the weather situation here, only a few people are seen on the streets heading to their polling stations to go and wait till the 7 a.m. hour to cast their vote. So only a few of them, I must say, I've seen them walking to some polling stations that are around the vicinity where I am currently standing.
Let's now talk about enthusiasm, Chris. We expect the numbers to increase as a result of constant advice that those elections should be participated in. But from your engagement with the voters, the electorates there, what are the numbers expected to turn out to vote today?
Yes, so for instance, in the East Gonja municipality, where I am currently, there are some 23 electoral areas with some 49,000 plus voters expected to cast their votes today. But like we kept reporting on this district level election over the period. This year's election, I must admit that the enthusiasm, the participation level, and some of the things that we see previously in district level elections, we are not seeing it this year because most of the voters, feel that the exercise is poorly being given the publicity that it deserves. Then the other issue has to do with the fact that most of them I have engaged have been telling me that they have lost interest in the district level elections because once the assembly members are not paid, when they go to them with their challenges, they are unable to resolve them for them. So they have also lost interest in that. So the enthusiasm, the euphoria that usually characterizes the elections, we are not seeing it this year that much.
Chris, thank you so much. We'll get back to you in the course of the day for some update on the district level elections in the Savannah region. Let's touch base with William Evans Inkum from the Ashanti region. Evans, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. What is the expectation in the Ashanti region like?
Well, so we expected that people would turn out in numbers to vote because voting since 1988-89, where we recorded the highest, hasn't been very encouraging across the country, and Ashanti regions is of no exception. But Crosby, the latest is that, well, let me just introduce to you where I am. This is Kwadaso North electoral area, but it doesn't look like the exercise will come on today because there has been some challenges with the procurement of or provision of the unit committee ballot papers. In fact, that is what I'm taking this morning. I have done some calls in the last few minutes and understand that there has been challenge, and we are expecting the commission, the electoral commission, to address the media in a couple of minutes or hours, let me put it that way. But it doesn't look like some of the electoral areas will have the exercise per what I am picking from the Ashanti region, of course, which I've also confirmed from some reliable source, but we just have to wait for the Electoral Commission to address the media as to why the real challenge. But one of the challenges I understand is that the ballot papers for the unit committee election, some of them are not ready, and Kwadaso North is one of the areas or electoral areas that is facing this particular challenge. Because just behind me is one of the polling centers, but as you can see, it is very empty. They're obviously empty. But in the Ashanti region, we are talking about a total number of aspirants who are vying for the assembly membership election. So we're talking about 3,919 aspirants or candidates. Then electoral areas, you're talking about 1,087 electoral areas. For the male candidates, we're talking about 3,707. And for female candidates, we are talking about 212.
William, thank you so much. We'll get back to you also in the course of the day for some update on the elections, some interesting developments there in the Ashanti region. Let's take you to the central region now and engage with Thomas Khan. Thomas, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the program. Some developments coming from the Ashanti region. Is that the same in the central region?
Well, I'm currently at the GPRT polling station, and already the Electoral Commission officials are here setting up But what I'm picking up is that they have some of their materials already with them, preparing to start the day's business whilst they wait for the others. And then again, I've seen some of the those contesting for the position of assembly members, and again, some of the unit committee members also coming around, to see what's going to happen. Already, I've seen one or two people also coming in. They tell me they are going to work, so they want to cast their ballot before they go to work. And there are some who also think that they would go to work and then come later in the day, especially during the break time. So at the moment, I would say that the EC officials have begun setting up at the various centers. And where I am currently, that is the GPRTU office, that is the Central Regional Office of the GPRTU, where the Abiasi polling station is located. They are already setting up for the elections.
Thomas, thank you so much. Thomas Khan joined us from the Central Region. Trust us here, your election command center for extensive coverage of every election in the country. Away from that, the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Gbagben, is on a collision course with President Akufo-Addo over the legality of some bills the president had decided not to sign into law. The president on Monday provided justification to Parliament as to why he cannot assent to the Criminal Offences Amendment Bill, that is, the Anti-Witchcraft Bill, and two others, citing constitutional breaches. The Speaker, however, says the president's view on the matter is wrong.
The Jubilee House and Parliament have been exchanging letters since November on the said bills and the president's reluctance to sign them into law. In a letter to Parliament, the president finally gave reasons as to why he cannot sign the bills.
And criminalize the activities of witch doctors or witch finders entails substantial financial obligations on the Consolidated Fund and other public funds of Ghana due to the projected costs related to imprisonment, sustenance, and healthcare for those who will be convicted under the bills when they become law. Therefore, in light of this significant fiscal impact, these bills should not have been introduced without prior fiscal impact analysis, nor without my initiation or on my behalf. The absence of such an analysis precludes these bills from being properly classified as private members' bills.
The Speaker disagreed with the President and questioned his view on the matter.
The President has got it tragically wrong. Tragically wrong. And I will submit in the form of a statement under Article 53 my position in this matter.
There were heated exchanges between the Speaker and the Majority Leader on the matter.
You don't even know what I'm going to say. Majority Leader, you are not the first timer in this House. I know. Yes. Yes. I'm not the first Speaker. Yes. Please resume your seat. Mr. Speaker, votes and proceedings of Saturday, 16th December 2023, page 1. What is this preemptive strike? Page 2. The Speaker, the Majority Leader. What is this? Page 3. What is this that you are seeing in Ghana's Parliament? Page 4. What is this? Page 5.
Parliament suffered intermittent power cuts in the course of proceedings, prompting exchanges between both sides of the House over whether Dumso was back or not.
So I can assure him today we have. What's your problem? This is better than your city. This is better than what we experienced under you. You should know this. Sam George, you should know this. This is far better than what we experienced under your tenure.
Well, still in Parliament, the minority say it will trigger processes for a full-scale probe into government's contracts concerning the SML agreement on the lithium mining.
To be honest, me, I don't even know website matter. Part of the latest investigative piece by the Fourth Estate, which has left industry players and Ghanaians alike baffled. The over 40-minute documentary details how Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited (SML) received some 24 million cedis for allegedly no work done. The company, contracted by the Ghana Revenue Authority and the Finance Ministry, are responsible for revenue assurance, but according to the investigators, no evidence exists of the work done.
It remains a mystery why this company was engaged, when in all of this, nobody can point to any of the specific problems that were identified in the sector before SML came on board, namely diversion, dilution, underreporting, and even with companies selling petroleum products and absconding with taxes and then revenues.
Despite these, Manasseh Azuri says a contract with the company has been extended with an even larger sum.
Every barrel of petroleum product Ghana produces, this company makes $0.75 per barrel. And in the gold mining sector, it will be entitled to 0.75% of gold production in the country. And if you do the math, we are looking at about $50 million a year.
For the minority in Parliament, government must immediately abrogate the contract.
I would advise that immediately that contract is suspended pending the parliamentary investigation. And when we go into it, we will find out that indeed all those allegations are true. We would ensure that this contract is abrogated because it doesn't serve the interest of this republic.
Electricity Company of Ghana is set to replace meters on electric poles to new ones fixed at homes as part of measures to reduce the increasing rate of meter thefts in the Amasaman communities. Currently, 2 persons are in police custody for meter theft. This follows a recent stealing of electricity meters in many parts of the country. Joseph Armstrong Gold has the rest of the story.
Emmanuel's meter was stolen a few months ago. He recounts his ordeal in finding a replacement.
There was one here, then one here. So they took ours, then later, I don't know who took this one. Went to the police station, they said we should pay 960 before they give us a new one. So they took the police report, everything to the ECG, but yesterday they've not brought a new one. So unless we pay 900 and something.
Before they can do what? Other residents in communities such as Amasaman, Fise, Abianse, Amanfrom, Odumanse shared similar experiences.
I had this one here before, so I had to change it to the prepaid because they said this one is not allowed here. So I brought the prepaid the next day. I brought the prepaid. And the following day after I came to work, when I came, it was gone.
A guy came and stole this meter. So because of that, the other 2 have been moved, one to this house and one to the other house over there.
The Accra West Public Relations Officer of the Electricity Company of Ghana, Fred Bimble Johnson, who decried the situation, revealed the company's plan to stop the theft.
We are working with the security agencies to make sure that these incidents come to a halt. What basically happens with customers who report these incidents are that you report it at the police station, get a police extract. And with that, you come to officers, and then we will be able to replace the meter for you for free. Now, over time, what we are doing with these incidents to stop it is to make sure that we change all these meters which we have installed on poles with smart prepaid meters. And thus we hope we'll be able to stem the tide.
The Municipal Chief Executive of Ghana West, Clement Wilkinson, assured the communities of civilians to apprehend the perpetrators.
I ask this question all the time that if the electricity company is with their people on the grounds and this meter stealing is going on day in, day out. What are they doing about it? I don't think we should allow those things to move on. Because if anybody is requesting for a meter, that person will register and that person will own the meter.
The police at Amasaman say 2 people are in custody and have intensified general patrols in all communities. Joseph Armstrong, Gold, TV3, Amasaman.
Now, before we go, cashew farmers are dissatisfied with government's 2024 crop season price and the reduction from 8 cedis 50 pesos to 7 cedis. The Chief Executive Officer of the Tree Crop Development Authority, William Ejapon, Kwetu, attributed the price reduction to a decline in local cashew quality in the international market, causing Ghana to drop from second to third position in West Africa.
Ghana's cashew sector is transforming into a vital agricultural sector, contributing to economic growth, job creation, and poverty reduction. The sector employs around 800,000 people, including farmers, factory workers, buyers, and exporters. Ghana is a top exporter of cashew in West Africa, with 350,000 metric tons expected to be exported in 2024. However, cashew farmers in producing regions such as Bono, Ahafo, Bono East and Savannah have been affected by low market prices after harvest. The 2023 price of 8 cedis 30 pesos per kilo has been the highest, and farmers expected an increase for the 2024 crop season.
By 7 cedis in the because always a farmer, dry 10%.
I'm a trader and a farmer as well. 7 cedis per kilograms wouldn't help production. Cashew nuts are expected to be 10% dry. When we collect 100 kilos of cashew, we lose 22 kilos.
What they compare last year, their price in the 7 cedis.
If compared to last year's prices, 7 cedis per kilograms isn't good at all. Imagine buying cashew 7 kilograms from Apiska. How much are you going to sell it if you factor transport? Perhaps things will change because we can't live on this price.
Price in the MY.
Because ne over phone now could see an phone.
We are not happy with the price the government has set because now laborers charge 400 cedis when they clear an acre of land. This has increased cost of production. With 7 cedis per kilogram, we don't make much profit.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Tree Crop Development Authority, William Ejapon Kwetu, stated that poor quality of Ghanaian cashew has led to a price reduction from 1,080 to 880 USD per ton, with the value of the Ghanaian currency also playing a significant role.
What happened was that last year, our farmers, I don't know whether because of the high price that we got, our farmers and our actors were not treating their cashew very well. The quality standards went down. Because of the deterioration of the quality standards in the international market, our price had fallen from $1,080 to about $880, just like we have now.
He noted that the new price will be reviewed after 2 months if the quality improves.
And this price that I have announced, we observe it for 2 months, January to February. Any March, if we are selling good quality, the international market is rewarding us for the good quality. The price shoots up. We come back and do another announcement.
Cashew pricing has been a major issue of contention among farmers, buyers, and processors. Ghana's cashew nuts, with an annual production of 100,000 to 130,000 tons, have become one of the top non-traditional export commodities in the past 5 years. In the first quarter of 2021, the Bank of Ghana reported a $128.70 million revenue from cashew nut exports.
Well, that's it for the news on New Day. My name is Noble Crosby-Anna, but there's always more news on our website, 3news.com. Stay with us here on TV3. Remember that we're updating you on all the happenings in the district level election.